Nicky, I'm a business owner and my team are not that great at filling out their timesheets. Now, obviously, I need that data. So, what can I do to make them better at this?
Okay, I feel your pain. Nobody likes doing timesheets, but they are a necessary requirement in lots of situations. I'd say the first thing is make sure your team understand why you need timesheets. The utilization of data, make sure it is actually being used. Explain to the team how, when they're talking about, oh, well, why aren't we hitting targets? It's because we want better pricing, perhaps, and therefore you need to understand what time is being spent on different projects. So understanding why you need that data often ticks the box for a lot of people, and then it gets them in the right mindset. Second thing is lead from the top. I hate doing timesheets, but it is important for my team to do them. So I make sure that I am doing them, so that and all the managers do as well. So we're leading from the top, showing example that it is a requirement and we are doing them and we're taking them seriously. Third is visibility. So it's important that people are, it's the good or the bad. If people know, yes, my team are great, they've all got their timesheets in on time, great, make sure that that's visible. You don't want to name, now it's different, two different sides. You've got the positivity, you want that to be a group thing, you want that group wide. If, however, you've got a problem child within your team that's not filling in their timesheets, naming and shaming in a group environment is not the right thing. You need to go individual. So what we do is we've got a project lead. So we've got somebody that is running the project. They do various other things as well, to do with measurement of projects, but they make sure they run off reports every week so they know that's happening, so it's regular. If they find there is somebody that hasn't done their timesheet, the first point of action is training. So we find, is it because they aren't confident with the software, they don't quite understand what they should be marking where? So we give a lot of training. If, however, even despite the training, despite the explanation of why it's important, if they're still failing to do their timesheets, there has to be consequences, has to be a consequence. So we have it in our contracts, for example, that it is an actual requirement to fill in timesheets. Also very important, if you've got hybrid working, you're not seeing people come into the office 9 till 5 or whatever your hours are. You need to know, what are your team doing? It's not that you're trying to be its nanny state or anything, but you need to understand what are they spending their time on, for the good and the bad reasons. So there's consequences. So it could be just right, okay, a gentle reminder perhaps from the HR person, perhaps that might be enough to stop that ever happening again. It might end up being a verbal warning from the HR person. Ultimately, if you've done it right in your contracts, you could be saying, well, actually, it's unauthorized absence, you haven't filled in your timesheet and you don't pay. That, of course, is the worst scenario. You don't want to get to that situation. Nobody wants that. Every manager wants their team to be filling in their timesheet, doing really well, understanding what they're spending their time on, and working well as a team.